Hey friends, good morning. Welcome in and welcome back to the channel. This is Miss Tarot and we have another weekly bite-sized tarot reading for you today. In these readings, if you don't already kind of know the drill, we take a look at the week ahead. So about 7 to 10 days into the future to see what is kind of the overall energies and if there are any challenges, opportunities, etc., in the coming weeks. So without further ado, let's take a look at what we have. We are going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle deck as well as the Everyday Witch Tarot for the tarot. Sorry, I'm struggling this morning a little bit. Anywho, let's see what we got going on here. We have Go the Distance with the number 47, which reduces to 11. Opportunities, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, Seven of Swords, okay, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, well, my first thought is that this might be a relationship type reading and not necessarily love, although that was the first thing I thought of when it comes to this. When it comes to, really, Dallas, thank you. Sorry about that. When it comes to the King and Queen of Cups popping up in a reading, especially on opposing sides directly from each other, I usually think that this kind of is an embodiment of who I'm doing the reading for. So if you are, the King of Cups or the Queen of Cups or identify with either, take that as it resonates. Otherwise, these two people, however they are, I believe they are paired. Okay, so this could be just a relationship, romantic or not, that we're kind of looking at right now. And in terms of going the distance, so we have, the number 11 here with the cheetah sprinting. And it's funny, when I saw this card pop up, I totally thought of that Cake song from the 90s saying going the distance. And it says he's going for speed. If you know the song, you know the song. Anywho, so this has a lot to do with endurance and strength and being in it for the long haul. Pretty much using that analogy that, whatever the situation is, it's going to be a marathon, not a brief little race. This is going to be a marathon. This is prepare yourself for the long haul, essentially. So you kind of think, it's encouraging you to think ahead long term and don't pay any attentions to the fluctuations right now, because things tend to ebb and flow, right? It's not a sprint. That's what I was trying to say. It's not a race. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Sprint was the word I was looking for. Anyways, let's see. So this card is kind of a reminder that you have that strength and endurance and fortitude to kind of carry you the whole way, but it is asking you to remain true to yourself, because authenticity with this card is heavily focused. So, you are either, I would probably say, when we were talking about relationships, you are either in one right now, or you're calling in a harmonious relationship that's going to stand the test of time. Okay. So, but it is letting you know that you are going to have to ride the ups and downs and, welcome in that growth, because you are being renewed, okay, through the power of regeneration. Harmony doesn't mean that there's never going to be something bad. Harmony doesn't mean that, there's never going to be trials or arguments or anything like that in a relationship. But you just really need to listen with your heart and understand that this is just kind of how we grow as people, and especially in relationships, and kind of, foster trust and all those wonderful things that make you feel safe in a relationship. Okay. So for those of you who are calling in a new relationship, I do see that this might be something that has to do with meeting somebody in a very practical way, grocery shopping, being at work, going about your everyday tasks type of thing. Or it could be somebody who has been a very stable force in your life, and now all of a sudden there are these romantic feelings popping up. The Seven of Swords is here to kind of let me know that things aren't always what they seem. And I'm taking this in a very positive way, not a negative way. That I don't think there's any mischief or crazy deceit or anything like that going on. It's more along the lines of, kind of giving the benefit of the doubt, or being able to look at things from a different perspective and not jump to conclusions. Okay. So with this card being here, I do think that this person, and I kind of think that you're going to have to use your intuition and your heart for a little bit of this, especially here with the High Priestess. You're really going to have to seek your own knowledge from within, because I think that this person has been around all the time and has been in your life for a very significant time. And maybe you're just now waking up to the fact that this person might be someone that you can see a future with yourself with, see a future with later on down the road. That's what I'm trying to say. So, this is kind of like a deep wisdom, a deep understanding, maybe understanding that this person, even though it seems like this romance or this connection came out of a clear blue sky, this person has been here this whole time supporting you and being having your back. And you just never kind of saw it and looked at it from that perspective. So I really think that that's what we're looking at here for people who are already in a relationship. For those of you who are, calling in a relationship. For those of you who are already in a relationship, this could indicate a little bit of mistrust that's going on in the relationship right now. You might be feeling, or this person might be feeling very, just kind of worried or anxious about certain things that have been going on in your relationship. But I do want to emphasize that things are not always what they seem. So if you are somebody who has experienced, cheating or things of that nature in the background, and you kind of, if you let your imagination run wild, you can find those kind of you can replay those scenarios with new people, all sorts of stuff. But pretty much the overall message here is to kind of trust your gut in this and really draw on your own wisdom, because things could not be what they seem, but they also could be very much what they seem, because maybe you have blinders on because you care for this person so much. So really being able to look, for those of you who are in a relationship and kind of going through something where you are feeling a little off kilter and maybe suspicious of that person, really take a moment to look deeply and figure out, is this something that is within me, that is my intuition and it's kind of warning me? Or do you think it's like, oh, I'm worrying because this has been done to me before, and therefore, I'm kind of worried that patterns might be repeating themselves, and I'm kind of creating scenarios out of nothing. Could be either way. So take that as it resonates. Okay. So let's get one other card just for advice. Let's see here. I don't remember if I shuffled these or not, so we're just going to do it. All right, just give us one or two would be fabulous. These are the Angel Number Messages deck. Okay, that's great. Aw, see? Okay, here we go. So we talked about growth in the beginning. Threes are about growth and expansion. So for those of you who kind of resonated more with the calling in of the relationship, I do believe this one is a little bit more for you. You are being called upon to see your spiritual gifts as a light worker, assisting all of humanity, live your truths, and be positive light to others. And that could go for the other side of the coin as well. And then we have number 66 with Guardian Angel. Your guardian angel is teaching you the essence of unconditional love. You're being encouraged to have faith that the universe will provide for you while you're manifesting your inner desires. So actually, it might be reversed, but yeah, might be that other scenario with I am positive. So that is everything I have for you for the week ahead. If this reading resonated with you, please leave me a comment down below. Consider liking or subscribing and following my channel, depending if you're watching this on Rumble or YouTube. But also, hopefully you have a great week ahead and that this plays out in a very, very positive way for you. I will see you in your next reading. Take care, everybody. Bye.